The French are barely hanging on by the skin of their teeth, and we're going to try to finish up Hamlet's Demise, where the Germans are absolutely rolling over the French. This will probably be the last turn of this scenario, so let's play some ASL. Okay, let's see if we can finish up Hamlet's Demise and move on to bigger and better things. But as usual, two corrections to be made. The first one is from the previous video, turn 3. This unit here moved something like that, and I declared a snapshot along that hex side. Turns out that unit broke instead of being pinned, so they should be broken in that hex. And to coincide with that, this is a leader that was up here somewhere, and he moved down like this. I would have just stopped him there. So what's going to happen is this unit is going to break. This leader will move back into there, and I'll have to look and see if maybe I should have made a rally attempt on that as well. That's one thing. The other is down here, and I made note of this in the turn 3 video, called myself a dork because it's true. I declared a dash. I think it was across like this into there with these units here. Obviously, they should have stopped in this hex here. But like a dork, I declared, I think, a late double time, and I moved them up here so I could advance into here. Well, they should be stopped back here, so I'll move them back to that hex correspondingly. And I think that's the only major things that I noticed. I don't think anyone else pointed out anything else. So those two things there, he'll be broken, perhaps rallied if I make a rally attempt, and these guys will be back in that hex. And then we'll pick this up at the beginning of German turn 4. But it's going to be really ugly because if Stewie here, a leader named Stewie, cannot rally those guys, the Germans are going to do everything they can to get them for failure to rout or take them prisoner. Doesn't matter because that'll give them enough casualty victory points to win this scenario at the end of this player term, because it'll be very easy to surround them and get them for failure to rout. So basically, I'll play it out. Basically, it's going to hinge on this next rally phase to see if Stewie can rally these French guys. We'll see how it goes. Okay, slight adjustment to what I just said. These units did dash across here, but they were able to advance up there in the advance phase. There's a leader in there, so that is not advanced versus difficult terrain. They have 6 movement factors. It would take 4 to advance up there. That CX should be removed. I'll remove that and we'll continue on. Okay, German rally phase. Start with the wind. Not that it will matter at this point. Didn't really matter too much in this scenario. There was smoke early on, but there were no wind changes. Nothing. Germans, do they have anything to rally? Yes, they do. Let's start back here. French don't have any line of sight to Asada. He'll remain concealed. Needs a 8 to rally those guys. Does not. Back here. Same. He should remain concealed. I don't think anyone can see him. And he needs a 9 with rally terrain bonus. Okay. Now here we go. This is the true test. Come on, Stewie. You can do it. You only need a. We've got rally terrain, so it's a +3. You need a 2 or 3 to rally these guys. If you don't, game's over. It's all your fault, Stu, that the French are going to lose. Maybe somewhat my fault or the scenario designer's fault. I think it was Kurt Schilling, but I suspect this is a little unbalanced. Let's go ahead and do these rallies. Nope. Pretty much game right there. Prep fire. There's no point in prep firing anything. I could, but what's the point? Because all I need to do is surround these guys and get them, like I said, either eliminate them failure route or take them prisoner, and that's pretty much the game. So let's go straight to skip prep fire and go straight to the German movement phase. Now let's take a quick look at these broken units here, and these broken units here and see what we need to eliminate them. All right. So what do the route paths look like? Well, they're certainly not going to be routing anywhere in this direction, right? If they have to route, they're going to be routing, going to have to route something like this to get out of there. So as the Germans, what do I need to do? Well, I could reposition these guys slightly, maybe like this. I could bring this guy in like this. I could take this light tank, which I'm going to do, end him in bypass, and his covered arc focal point will be right here, which I believe the French units would have line of sight to. So that would kind of eliminate him from routing pretty much any direction as long as I get someone adjacent to him. And I have plenty of units here that can move in and get adjacent to him and getting them to surrender or eliminate them. Thus giving me, what would that be? Either 17 to 21 casualty victory points. I need 16 at least to end the scenario at the end of this player turn. Okay, let's start pushing some virtual cardboard. Let's start with the tank here. Let's see. I only need to go one to start, two, three, four bypass. I'll probably just stop in motion just to play it safe. I don't think the anti-tank gun can see me down there. He might be able to see me here. I might take a shot at it because if this tank gets in here, that's pretty much it. So let's go ahead and move. So one to start. Let's see. One, two, three, four, two. I'll just, this tank here, I can just leave him there. That will keep the French from routing, say, back to this hex because he has a line of sight. So I'll just leave him there. So I might as well take a shot with the tank, the anti-tank gun. It's in woods. I'm gonna have to rotate the covered arc, and I don't know if it's even clear, but I'll take a shot. So let's just rotate it. Let's see, counterclockwise. Let me just check the line of sight. No, it just clips the corner of the. It would have been clear if that corner of that building was not there. It would be clear. And if I got lucky and would have gotten a hit, that would have extended the scenario at least a little bit, but it's not going to do anything here. So let me roll. I guess he could get rate of fire. Let's see. I'll just roll. See what I get. Did not get rate of fire. So let's see. I spent a two. Going to bypass here for four. Stop and delay the rest to 15. Just mark him first fired. These guys really can't do anything. I'm not in their hex. They have no anti-tank weapons. They can't even move this turn, so it's a German turn. They're not gonna be able to do anything to this tank anyway. Let's see. I think I'll take these guys here and just nothing can they can't see. I could just run. I'll just assault move to there. These guys will assault move to here. Nothing can shoot at these guys. It's blocked. Let's go 2, 4, 2, 4. Puts him under DM instantly. Well, I guess more could fire. As these guys moved in here, I'll go ahead and take a shot. That would have been be a 4 plus 2. Maybe leave some residual down. That's not going to matter. 7 on 4 is a pin check. They're pinned. Roland will go 2, 4. You'll get attacked by residual for a 2 plus 2. Nothing. Next guys. I'll go 2, 4. I'll just leave that machine gun there. 2, 4. Residual 2 plus 2. Nothing. These guys will go 2, 4. I don't know why that counter is there. These guys will go 1. Bypass 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Moved him. I'm going to leave him there. I could have subsequent first fired. No, I couldn't. This guy's closer. Yeah, that's it. Defensive final fire going to be nothing. Advancing fire. Let's see. Is there even any point? These guys are going to have to route. Can't go there. Can't go there. Can't go there. Can't go there. That's pretty much over. Route phase. Now, if this tank was not here, the French units would be able to route away. They would be able to go, looks like they would be able to go through this wreck counter and up the hill into that building. They wouldn't have to surrender because the wreck here would basically negate any interdiction. So they could route through that wreck hex and jump up the hill into the building here. But since this guy is here, they can't route that direction no matter what. So if you're adjacent to an enemy unit and you can't route away without either being interdicted or low crawling, or you're facing elimination, which is the case here, they will surrender to the adjacent units. So that's what happens. I will take their surrender. I'll take, just move them off. I'll just put one on each of these guys here. Stacking mess. Stewie is all alone. Sorry, Stu. And that gives me, that's double. You tally it at the end, but I'm going to just tally it now because it won't matter. So that's another 2, 8, 21, 4 each. So if the Germans can survive to the end of this player turn, that is game. Germans don't have anything to route. Advance phase. I could jump in, insult to injury. I could jump into close combat with Stu, or he could have broken and routed away. No, he couldn't break because he would also be taken prisoner. You can't voluntary break because you can't if you face being eliminated or taken prisoner. So he couldn't voluntary, which would happen in this case. So he wouldn't voluntary break anyway. Advance phase, I'm not gonna advance in there. It doesn't matter at this point. And no close combat. That's the end of this player turn, and that is the end of the game because Germans have 21 casualty victory points, and the French really couldn't do anything in that turn. Looking at the end of last turn 3, this is pretty much how I suspected it was going to end, even with the couple fixes I had to do. There's just too many Germans coming at the French. They could not hold it off, and honestly, without sitting down and going through, I mean, I've made the videos and had a chance to look at, the action that took place. I haven't really analyzed it. I don't know what I did wrong as the French. The only thing I can think of, and maybe I mentioned this before, is in the analysis video, the very first one, the setup and analysis video I did, I talked about, well, the French could set up anywhere. I think it was. If I set up too far forward, like here, I'm going to find myself in trouble, not being able to drop back fast enough. Well, I set up kind of like this, and I still didn't fall back fast enough. I just found myself on my heels instantly because the Germans were able to come in like this, pretty much undercover, and establish a front along here and just pound me, my French there, putting me on my heels instantly. I don't know, maybe the best plan of defense for the French because there's so many Germans and they have so much firepower, is to maybe set up more centrally and then fall back as soon as you can to this strong point, kind of this ridge here, kind of this building and this ridge, and hope for the best when German units start, crossing this road. See if you can break a bunch of guys and cause them to fall back and delay them as much as possible. I can't really think of any other way to position the French in this scenario to give them really much of a fighting chance. Now, granted, again, uh, the French tank here losing its AP, the first roll, certainly did nobody any favors, except the Germans. Because if I could have taken that, and because it was a decent tank, light tank, early war compared to what the Germans had, it could have pretty easily knocked out two of the German tanks, right? It got no chance. Once it lost its AP, it had only thing it could do is maybe drive back here and just hide to deny the Germans 5 victory points. I don't know, but losing that AP just killed the French, and then the French also had some bad luck and maybe not falling back fast enough. But I think that's just some secret. Other than relying purely on luck for the French, if there's some secret to the French winning Hamlet's Demise, I don't know what it is. If you have ideas of how the French could have won this, I know a couple of you might have been playing this when I started. You probably finished it long ago. If you played this while I was going through these videos, or you've played it previously, post below your impressions of the scenario, what the outcome was, and what you did as a French, or what you think you could do as a French to give them a fighting chance against these, in my opinion, overwhelming Germans. And I didn't even get a chance to really use a flamethrower yet. I lost its fuel. I think I got one shot, but it lost its fuel, I think, on the second shot. So I didn't even get to get in close and torch any buildings or French squads with that. So, yeah, tough one for the French, but I think it was a decent scenario to help teach the basics of at least tanks and to hit, to kill, which was its goal. I didn't want to get a scenario that was too big, too overwhelming, and would take me too long to play and produce videos for to show people how to move vehicles, uh, the two hit process and the two kill process. Also for anti-tank guns. And I didn't even get a chance to use the anti-tank rifles. I don't think I used them once. Didn't really matter. I mean, that French tank was toast fairly quickly. That's it. I might do a tactical analysis on this and break it down more, but I kind of did a mini little end analysis there that might suffice. Again, let me know what you think of this scenario. I am going to do more Let's Play in the future, but as I've alluded to previously, the production of those videos does take quite a while, so I usually have to convince myself or talk myself into that time investment to do more Let's Play videos, especially if it's larger, more complex type of scenarios with more units and a much larger area. They will take even longer to play. All right. Hopefully you found this useful for introduction to vehicle movement, two hit and two kill process. And again, please leave comments below. I appreciate all the feedback people give me. I try to use it to improve what I do on the channel and the videos I make and the process of teaching ASL, and as well as, you know, me fixing any errors that I miss while I'm playing through this stuff. So please leave a comment. I greatly appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next video.